And welcome back to Everyman Driver. I'm Dave Erickson. We'll have the Volkswagen Beetle in just a moment, but I want to let you know we're also working on a review of the 2013 Kia Rio in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. And now here's my partner in crime, Alex, with today's featured vehicle.
Well, Dave and I decided to chop off our manhood for the week and drive a 2013 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible 50s edition. We will tell you everything about this sporty machine coming up. Thanks so much for watching. Everyman Driver starts now.
The Beetle is the longest running and most manufactured car of a single design platform worldwide. They started making these in the late 30s, 1938 to be exact, and back then the engine was in the back and this area was the trunk.
Dave, this engine has come a long ways from those days. It's a dual overhead cam, 2.5 liter inline 5-cylinder, got aluminum heads. Quite advanced for a car like this, makes 170 horsepower, 177 foot-pounds of torque, which in a car like this is just right.
Fuel economy wise, the Beetle gets only 21 miles per gallon in the city and up to 27 on the highway. I thought that would be better considering the size of the engine and the size of the car.
Well, Dave, this isn't exactly the most aerodynamic shape ever conceived by man. And also when you get a convertible like this, it wreaks havoc on fuel mile numbers. So obviously, will be better with the top up than with the top down, but overall, not very good.
And you got to appreciate how this engine compartment is laid out. Very clean looking style. You don't see many moving parts. And what I think is fascinating is that they actually put the battery within a box case, which actually has a nice little soft cover. And if you look on the inside, it's kind of padded in a way. Isn't that strange?
Well, it's not surprising because the main reason that people are going to buy this is for the looks and the style. So Volkswagen's going as far as to even make the battery look good.
Well, let's take this thing for a spin with the top down. Finally, some good weather in Spokane. Remember just a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a week ago, we had hail when we were doing one of our reviews, and now look at this. Wow, this is great. And perfect timing. We have a convertible.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about the ride and handling inside the 2013 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible 50s edition.
I am surprised at how good it is. It's not perfect, but steering is responsive. I feel like there's a nice weight to the steering. It's heavy, but not too heavy. Ride is nice. This is a surprisingly nimble car. Yes, it's a small car, but you know, oftentimes these little cars that aren't real performance oriented end up having a lot of roll and everything else. So no complaints at all. Nobody that's going to buy this is expecting a performance car, but you're going to get a car that you can go take the bends in and have just a great time in.
I think nimble is a great word for how this car maneuvers. You know, even though it has 177 horsepower, I do feel like it's a little bit slow to get up and accelerate. Maybe give it a shot right now. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, they offer this car in a 200 horsepower version. Depending on your clientele, I think a lot of people, this is going to be fine if performance is not your thing, but this isn't going to knock your socks off. Is going to be good in the twisties, but in a straight line, nothing special.
Okay, let's talk about the classic interior of this Beetle. It really is nice. I mean, everything is seamless. I think the black reflective color here and the chrome accents are really nice. My wife called it a fingerprint magnet because every time you touch it, you can see your fingerprints afterwards, which may be an issue with keeping it clean in the long term, but I think it looks really classy.
I love this. This is an Alex Lafreece interior. It is simple, clean, precise. When I talk about, you know, a German interior, this is sort of the epitome of that. Not going to get a lot of features that a lot of people are used to these days. You're not going to get, you know, there's no screen, so to speak, so you're not going to get a backup camera. You're not going to get, you know, navigation, but a really nice place to be. One thing that you'll also notice immediately is this flat bottom steering wheel. Now, usually they put these in cars like the Audi RS's for leg room, and you need it in this, but the reason you need it is that the steering wheel is enormous. I don't know why they made the steering wheel so big, especially in a small car like this. My guess is it's an homage to the big steering wheels in the Bugs of the past, but just doesn't feel as good as it could. It's sort of big and bulky, so that's the one big place in this interior where I feel like they fell short.
Well, the steering wheel does have a telescopic option there where you can pull it in and raise it to your own liking, so that may be something you can adjust per person. A couple of things here, like you said, there's really no navigation here. It's so simple, nothing at all on the steering wheel to allow you to control the radio, control anything, I guess, at all. It's just that simple and clean. And one thing I'm missing, of course, which I really like, is the backup camera, which can be frustrating with the top enclosed, which I think could be an issue. One thing here, they do have almost a double glove compartment here. The one here on top actually opens upward, while the one below opens downward.
That is a throwback, Dave, to the original Bug with the glove compartment integrated into the dash. So even though functionally it isn't much, it is sort of a nice little retro piece.
We haven't talked about how comfortable it is up here in the front two seats. We'll talk about the back two seats, which is more like a joke, but to talk about the front two seats, you feel like you have enough room?
Absolutely. I think the seats are comfy. I've got plenty of room. I've got the seat as far back as it can go, but it's not cranked as far back as it is, so to speak. I'm 6'2", all legs, so this is the seats are good. The whole experience in here is pretty nice. I mean, for a sunny Sunday drive, you pop the top down. Really a nice place to be.
One thing I want to bring up, which I thought was a great observation by my wife, is that this Beetle design, at least the exterior styling, is really a direction change and shift from the previous Beetle design, which was more of a bubble, more feminine in its presentation, where this is more masculine, which I think the reason why might be that push to bring in more male customers. Obviously the previous Beetle version was great for women. They loved it. They had the flower in the front, and that was, I think, the customer base. Whereas this one, they want to bring in men, which I guess would be a good idea, but do you think men would want this car?
Well, this car, no. And by that I mean the Cabriolet, no. The Coupe, still no. However, I think what they've done is, before, if your wife wanted a Beetle, even if it was her car, you didn't even want to drive it like when you guys went somewhere together. You would not be caught dead in it. Whereas this car, I still think your wife buys it, but if the two of you are going to take this car to church on Sunday, you'll actually be seen in it, you know, and still keep your manhood. So the convertible, no. Hardtop, yes. And the hardtop is actually quite a good looking little car.
Our convertible top is powered by 2 electric motors and latches and unlatches automatically at the touch of a button, which is located on the upper rail of the windshield surround. The top takes just 9.5 seconds to stow and 11 seconds to be raised. The difference is in the time it takes to latch the roof's header to the windshield. The top can be raised and lowered at speeds of up to 31 miles per hour, unusually high for a convertible. All right. Oh, it won't go all the way back. Oh,
I bet I can.
It just locked into place. Thank goodness you got chicken legs.
This is a piece of cake.
Oh, yeah, so much room back here.
Yeah. If you want to go on a double date, the lucky couple in the back is going to have a good time. Hey. Dave? No, don't look at me like that.
There's no kisses at the end of this date.
No.
No return phone calls either.
Well, speaking of things going backwards, let's check out the trunk space.
One thing I love about German cars and their key fobs is it's almost like a mini switchblade. You can pop open the key fob just like that, boom, and you're ready for some action. Which in a way is a kind of an interesting segue, because when you want to open the trunk of the Volkswagen Beetle, there is a button on the key fob. You'll hear it go. There it is. The second part is you actually push in the emblem to open up the trunk. That's the only way you can open it. Pretty cool.
I like this. Robbers wouldn't have known how to break into your car, but now they will because they've seen this video. Although they won't find a lot to steal because trunk space is awful. Like you said, you might be able to fit a set of mini golf clubs in there, and by mini we mean mini golf clubs. But Dave, this is not a big surprise, as this is not a big car, and convertibles don't tend to have a lot of trunk space to begin with.
This is your fun car. This is your weekend car, because as we just showed you, you really can't haul a lot of people in the back two seats. This is really a two-person vehicle with maybe golf clubs in the back seats, not so much the trunk.
Yep.
The Beetle Convertible has a starting MSRP of $24,995 and comes standard with a 6-speed automatic transmission, leather-wrapped steering wheel, manual air conditioning, Bluetooth technology, heated front seats, 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels, an 8-speaker sound system, cruise control, and power-adjustable heatable side mirrors. Now the 50s edition adds leather seating surfaces, chrome exterior mirror caps, and heritage wheels. It costs just over $26,000. This has been a very fun car to drive this week. The question is, do you see yourself in it, Alex?
Well, no, but I don't think I'm the target audience. As you said, Volkswagen has tried to make this car a little more masculine, but that's for the hard top. The convertible is still very much a chick car. So I think it's going to be the female audience that is going to be attracted to this.
I disagree. I had a lot of fun with the top down. I'm driving around, I feel kind of light in my feet, not light in my loafers, but light in my feet. And I'm cruising around and feeling pretty comfortable that I can display my man card with pride.
Well, you obviously are manlier than I am, because although I enjoyed it for the week, I personally would not be caught dead owning this car. That being said, the hardtop, much more viable option.
So if you were to give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, considering the audience and what it has to offer for the price point, what would you give it?
I would give it a 7 out of 10. I still think it's awfully expensive for what you get on paper. It's a, you know, it handles nicely, it's kind of got enough power, but ultimately it's got 2 seats, it's got virtually no cargo room, and the amenities are fairly scarce. You're not getting, you know, a nav screen or satellite radio, so you're just not getting that much car for your money. It's a little bit more style over substance.
I agree with everything you just said, but I'm going to give it a 6. I'm going to go lower because one more thing, there's no backup camera. It is actually a little bit difficult to back up in this car. I'm constantly looking around to make sure no one's behind me.
With the top up, obviously.
With the top up, there's nothing on the steering wheel, although I do like the simplicity and classic look of the steering wheel. It's a very simple layout, and I don't know, you're right. There's not enough car for the money, not enough power for the money, and fuel economy wise, it needs to be better. So I'm gonna give it, let's go 6.5 for the Beetle.
So 6 3/4 for the combined Everyman driver score.
That'll do it for this episode of Everyman Driver. Alongside Alex DeFries, I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.